Hi everyone, my name is Siobhan Evans-Egan. I'm a psychic spiritual medium and a shamanic healer practitioner. Get that all out. I'm also an admin on the International Mediumship page, and my purpose for doing this video is because, as an admin, um, we put out questions to our members who are developing their psychic medium, they're all healers. Maybe some are just curious, some are professional. So this is a page for learning and developing and helping and teaching. So all my videos are only based on my own experience. So when members ask questions, I only answer them from what I have experienced. If I can't answer it, I can't answer it. So this is for myself. So one lady called Mimi asked the question, how do we know the difference between what's our thoughts and what's spirit thoughts? Okay, so because my questions are always towards those who are working on developing their psychic and medium aspect of themselves. So, firstly, with this question, I'm going to say that the person is doing a reading and she's connecting in with a lady, and or she's reading for someone and connecting in with a loved one in spirit. So, how do we tell the difference between, is this my head thoughts or is this the messages and information come from spirit? Firstly, we all have to start off at ground zero, and you have to start off with not knowing. You have to start off that scary path of going, is this my head? Is this my mind? Is this my imagination? Where am I getting this from? What's going on here? Till eventually through practice, you'll get to understand the difference and the experience within your own body of what you're sensing, what you're feeling, and knowing when it's coming from you and knowing when it's not. So when you're, I mean, and I say early stages, I would say basically for the first probably 10 years, I was thinking that I'm now over 20 years and I know when it's my own mind and I say it. I can say to the person I'm reading for, no, hang on a second, that's me, that's me. And I know it's me because I can feel it and sense it where it has come from. So how to know the difference of when you're beginning, like, and I don't know if Mimi's at beginning stages or in professional stages, I have no idea. So I'm just going to speak in terms of what I experienced from when you kind of begin your stages of reading or connecting in with spirit, uh, loved ones to connect to give readings or to give information. Because the information, it's not like spirit goes pop something in our head or pops this in. It's not the way it works. Our soul blends with the soul of the spirit world to connect to the person who has passed. And through our sixth sense, through our emotions, through our clairsentience, our clairvoyance, all these sixth sense within us, soul to soul, it will trigger information that is already within us. Like, what can I use? Say I'm a professional swimmer and the spirit from someone is a swimmer and likes to swim. And that's going to be easy to connect with me because I know that. I feel that, I sense that. So I'll get the images of water and the knowingness of that. So I'll be able to do that. But this is how it works. It's influencing our senses to trigger things within ourselves to bring up the information. So how we know when it's not from us, firstly, you'll get no's. The person won't be able to take it. They'll have no idea what you're talking about. Secondly, it's really getting to understand what it really feels like to be connected into soul to soul and blending in that, what it feels like to be in the power of working within that energy, what it really, really feels like when the flow is coming, because then you'll recognize when you're out of it. Now, a lot of the time, sometimes we are psychically getting hits, our intuitive is getting those hits, and you can be still getting this information from the spirit world, but it just feels different. So I feel mostly when I'm connecting in with those who have passed, it's strongly like in my back area, and it's just really strong, it just comes up really strong, floats. And sometimes I connect with the person in front of me, it's a soul to soul of connecting with a living person, and it's different, feels different. The information is coming, but it feels different in my body on how I'm receiving it. So my information, my advice to Mimi and to people out there that are struggling with this on whether to know whether is it my head, is my imagination. Firstly, it has to be our imagination that's used. So we've been raised as kids to shut that down. You'll find most of us and most people will connect with the word of spirit, or connecting. You just daydream and you're switching off. Like, oh my God, because we're relaxed and we've allowed ourselves there's no restraints in our mind. So a lot of the times our imagination are being used, but it's knowing the difference of, did I just make that up? So a lot of the times we do ask, give me a sign, give me a sign. Then we get that sign. And no, no, one another sign, another sign, another sign. So trust is a big thing. So if I'm putting this out to Mimi and people that are struggling with this, first of all, it's a journey, guys. It's not a destination. I am a student for spirit and always will be, even though I'm at this over 20 something years. It doesn't matter. Like 20 something years is just to say it's a number how long I've began this journey of awareness in myself, and to make a commitment to learn about myself and to communicate with those in spirit, and to work with people here. That does not mean I'm the best of the best of the best just because it's 20 years out. I'm still learning and will always be learning. And I think once you understand that and stay humble in it, so trusting yourself. A lot of the information sometimes I get, I let go. I let go. I could get this name in the background come up, Teresa. I'll say nothing. And then after the reading, girl, oh, I was wondering would Teresa come in? I'm like, oh God, why didn't I say it? So we have to start off in a sense in a safe space, using your practice circles, going to classes, going to courses, and using that space to practice, as in allow yourself to work through the uncomfortable parts of getting it wrong. Allow yourself to work through the sense of understanding what is coming from us and what is coming from spirit world. And the only way we're going to do that is to allow ourselves to be vulnerable and to feel it, know it. This is like a whole different language when we come to work with those in spirit. It's a different language. It's a different part of ourselves that we have turned off our whole lives. And now all of a sudden we're turning it in. Our intuition, everything, all our senses are switching on. So it's a different way of being. And when we're in that space, it can feel really odd and we can feel mad and we can feel, oh my God, is this coming for me? What is going on? So that is the only way I can tell you to tell the difference is time, practice. But I can tell you things and I can say this is how, that's how, but it's through your own experiences, through your own trust, through your own feelings, through your own sense, and through your own knowing. Only you will find those answers on how you know when it's coming from spirit. Obviously, you'll get evidence if you're given the evidence and it's coming from them. Now, just because you get a no sometimes does not mean because we could be just interpreting, but it's feeling it in your body and knowing. I've just come out of the link there. I've just popped out of the power there. I've often, and at the early stages of reading for people, at the end of readings, because I've seen this on telly and I've seen this in Tony Stockwell, I've seen this in other people, you would say to them, I will leave their love with you, or they love you. And I stopped doing that because I was saying at the end of readings, and oh, your father leaves his love and his father leaves his love with you, and blah, blah, blah. But I learned a valuable lesson in that, because that's not all true for some people. If a person's after being abused by their dad, and I turn around and go, but abuse is love. So I had to learn, if that's not what I'm feeling, then I don't say it. So if it doesn't feel true to me, I don't say it. And that is now. But that has come from years and years of experience of saying things to then recognize not to say it. And it's not about beating yourself up after it either. It's not about going hard on yourself or, oh my God, I'm fake, I shouldn't do this. It's it's all about developing. It's all about you developing as a person. This is all part and parcel of becoming the medium in which you want to be. For me, I just want to be authentic. I want to be true to the words of those who come to me to trust me, their loved ones in spirit world, trust me with that information to pass on to their loved ones here. And it's a great honor, and I deeply respect it. So I work very, very hard to make sure I'm staying true to that. But do I make mistakes? Of course I do. Do I say things sometimes that I know it from me? Yes, I do. But I acknowledge it when I'm saying it. So take it easy, go gentle. Know when you feel it's come from you, admit it. I think I made that up. Admit it. So, but through the first few years, and I'm going to say 10 years of development, you're going to be really nervous because you're worried about expectations for the person, worried about this, worried about that, and you're conscious of everything. So you might not feel fully relaxed in that. So sometimes it might feel that's come from me until you say something that the person can really connect with. And then it's learning to trust the different signals in your body on how that resonates with you and what feels true. So, how to differentiate between your thought and those that come from spirit, experience, learning, practicing, getting it wrong, getting it right, and feeling what it feels like to be true to you. That's the only advice I can give. I hope that helps, guys. Take care.